All right. Hello, everybody. Give me 1 second while I make Tammy the host here. Make host. Yes. Okay. Okay. So, hello, you guys. I'm excited to jump right in. I'm sorry that we're running a few minutes late. Technical issues, let's say, or should I say spiritual issues? Technical, spiritual issues. They are both like one and the same. As far as I'm concerned, it's my daily life. Okay, I have a feeling it's going to be an interesting reading today. I had two people show up in spirit that I saw in the reflection of my TV sitting on my bed waving to me, freaking me right out, literally made me scream because I'm alone in the house. So that was fun. And now we've had all kinds of technical drama. So that was like interesting. Before we get started, I want to do, as I was saying before we started recording, who's typing? Somebody's got your microphone on and I can hear you typing. So if you could please make sure everybody is like muted, thank you. Okay, so if you guys have been, let me try this again. Deep breaths, Tracy, deep breaths. As some of you might remember who have been following me for a long time, before we got up here and did the Zoom readings, I used to do my readings live via Facebook. And I would, in the beginning, start talking about everything that God had given me during my download or the information I had received from Spirit in my meditations or my downloads that I do in the morning. I call them downloads, what it feels like. I paid a heavy price for that because I ended up losing my Facebook and control of my social media and stuff. There's that mass censorship going on around everywhere, right? So I stopped doing that. However, lately, the last few videos and stuff, as I'm getting ready, I keep getting this massive information that I feel like I'm supposed to talk about before we even get started. So a few things I wanna let you guys know right now. For the last 5 years, I have been up here doing these free readings. Well, it started with free readings and then it moved over to member readings, but readings nonetheless. And I have transformed right along with you guys. They have helped me heal, I think sometimes more than what you guys do, because I get every single message, right? And I think the biggest thing that God has been pounding into my head and Spirit has been pounding into all of our heads is that, and our hearts, is to choose love over fear. Is that the higher vibrational realms, our loved ones, live in the higher vibrational realms, and they are love, light, and peace. Anger, pain, all of those things are lower vibrational. And our loved ones can't get to the low vibration because they're so high vibration, right? So the biggest message they've been telling us is to choose love, not fear, especially when we are in a situation that seems scary, that seems uncertain, that seems like I can't see over, like even the next day, I have no idea what's going to happen. Especially right now, so many people are in this situation. People are afraid to lose their jobs, and society is just splitting apart in a sense because of these mandates and things like that are going around right now. And what God wanted me to tell everybody was to remember that you don't have to make a choice or a decision to do something against your will just because you're afraid that you won't be able to have a job, or you won't be able to feed your family, or you won't be able to do the things that you need to do. I promise you, the thing that I have learned the most over the last 5 years is that when you make a choice based on love for yourself and your family, and you put all of your eggs into the faith basket, and you say, God, I'm not making that choice based on fear, but that means that I have to give up a job I've had for 10 years. I have to give up my benefits and my security. And how am I going to do that? When you ask God to help you and to show you another way, He will. There will be another way, but you have to be brave enough to embrace that other way. You have to be courageous enough. You have to have enough faith to turn away from the old and the familiar and the safety net, because the one thing that I do know, you guys, is that over the course of the next year, those safety nets are going to be crumbling. The more you comply, the more the restrictions are just going to pile on top until eventually you just can't comply anymore. So today, as I was getting ready, I kept seeing love, not fear, love, not fear, love, not fear. I will catch you. A lot of people are feeling like we're standing on the edge of a cliff right now, and we have no choice. We're got them chasing us from this side, and we either have to turn around and give in, or we have to jump and trust that God will catch us. And I promise you, I don't know how to express it anymore other than to say that I'm a living example of him catching me. I had to make this choice that a lot of people are faced with right now. A number of years ago, I had a child that was hurt severely as a young boy. And so I refused to put my children in daycare. I had 4 kids and I couldn't have daycare or day home or anything like that. I wanted to raise my own children. So that meant I had to find a career and turn my life around in a way that I could support myself and still take care of my children. And God made a way. And here we are right now at this point in time in the world. And I am so extraordinarily grateful that God made a way, because now I'm in control of my future. And so that's what he kept screaming at me today. And when I say screaming, I mean that I couldn't think of anything else but I just wish that there was some way I could convince everybody that if you choose to jump off of that cliff instead of giving in, that it is the moment that you jump, that you, as you sail over, you go, oh, look, there's the net. I couldn't see it from the ledge I was standing on, but there it is right there. And it's not a net, it's a flying carpet that's going to take me to where I want to go. Deep breaths, you guys. I promise you, God has your back, but we have to disconnect from the old 3rd dimensional world of man, of physical, and you have to connect to the 5th dimensional world of faith and putting your trust in your loved ones, in God, in your angels, and trusting that they will carry you to the scenario, to the experience, to the whatever it is that you're asking for. They will. I promise you. Faith. So please have some faith out there. Please do your homework and please just choose love, not fear. Okay, that's all I have to say on that. All right, I want to go to Wanda's niece first, because I think these 2 people sitting on my bed were for you. I've never seen them before, and you're the only person I've never read for, I think, on this board so far. So I'm pretty sure I'm with you. So Wanda's niece, that's all. I don't even know your name, sweetie. What is your name?
Hello?
Hello.
My name is Darcy.
It's
Darcy. Yeah.
Did you hear my story, Darcy, about what happened before the reading started? No, clearly not. So I just want to tell you, because this is them. You've got a couple of younger souls here, people that passed before we would think of as their time. And they're very playful, and spirit likes to show up with their personality. So as I was doing my sage and my blessing, I had my eyes closed for most of it, but I opened my eyes, and in the reflection of my TV, I could see 2 people sitting on my bed waving at me. And I'm alone in my house. So I literally screamed out loud and then turned around and there was nobody there. So they've been here for a good part of the morning. And as I connecting to your energy, the reason why I asked you if you knew about that, if you had heard me tell that story earlier, is because I can feel their playful energy infused in that. They're like, of course that would be us. Like, of course we would do that. Hello. Okay, are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Please keep in mind that your loved ones are not talking to me, they're talking to you. They don't care if I understand the information or not. They will give you the signs and symbols or they will give me the signs and symbols or show me whatever it is they need me to say. So they get me to say what I need to say, so you get the message you need to hear. But we have to work together to understand what that means, because I'm not in your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I like to start with a connecting exercise. If I can get you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for a minute.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then I want you to blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Interesting. Okay, sorry, what did you say your name was again, hon?
Darcy.
Darcy. Okay, so this beginning part, Darcy, is what I call the puzzle dump, because it's kind of like when you're building a puzzle. When we do the connecting exercise, there's this huge wash of information that comes over me. That's why I say it's like building a puzzle. It's like dumping out all the pieces. And in order to figure out how they all fit together, you got to kind of organize them. So what I'm going to do is explain to you everything I'm picking up, and then we'll go back and figure out how that fits, okay?
Okay.
You do have quite a few people that step forward around you, but the two people primarily, and that, just so you know, that's how the energy is right now. It's that there's these two people that want to speak, and I think that's why they were so prominent earlier in the day, and then an enormous amount of ancestors that I'm very well aware are there. So just by them stepping forward like that tells me that you are going through some type of challenge or situation right now, because when your ancestors step forward like that, then they're usually do that when they're trying to help with something that's going on right now. But I'm going to go to these two people. And here's the thing. Now, my nose is getting really itchy, which is the sign of disfiguration or a body not looking the way that it did usually when we passed. I've got two people that passed either suddenly, unexpectedly, or traumatically before we would think of as their time. I almost think that there's two different generations, though, if that makes sense. Like there's somebody above you and then somebody to the side. So above you is like older, and then to the side is like friend or cousin or sibling or something like this.
My cousin Rob.
But you have an is this an auntie possibly that passed before we think of as their time as well? Do you understand that?
Well, my mother and my auntie.
Thank you. So your mom is on that side and your cousin is on that side. Here we go. This is who's coming through extremely loud. Your auntie's there as well, but it's funny. Your mom's like, all right, you can come too. Oh, but it was your aunt or your mom and your cousin, just so you know, were the two that I was picking up on real clear. And your cousin is the one with that like playful jokester kind of personality, right?
Yeah.
Is this a boy though? Is your cousin a boy?
No.
It's a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did she say talk about the boy? Talk about the boy. She's showing me male energy, and I'm not sure why. As soon as I tuned into her, she's showing me the male energy. Interesting. Hold on.
I had an older stepbrother.
That's on the other side as well?
Yeah.
That's why. Because okay, so when I said that, she goes, well, if she gets to bring someone, so do I. So she's bringing your older stepbrother through as well. Interesting. They're really excited to be all together here. They gave you a rose, which is my symbol for birthday, anniversary, or something that happens once a year. I feel like this.
It was just my birthday.
When?
It was my birthday at the beginning of the month.
Oh, see, so they know. Your mom is saying happy birthday, beautiful. She's like happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. She's overemphasizing it. She's overemphasizing that she's not a distance away. She's showing me distance or space, and she's bridging it real close. And she say, there is no more distance or space. I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I'm right here. I just can't communicate with a physical body anymore. I'm communicating differently. She's showing me that she was not giving up on you. There's a feeling of like trying to get you here. And I feel like 3 times the charm. So I know you were supposed to be here last week and that something might have happened that interrupted that. But was there a third time or something? Is this the third time you've tried to be here?
Yeah, I think it's my third time that I'm trying to come back and stay.
She shows me this, sweetie. Your mom is like, just get right to the point, Tracy. Let's get into this. She's not in any pain anymore, by the way. She shows me my symbol for body scan, more than one or more, which is pain throughout the body or more than one issue in the body. And then she unzips it and steps out of it like a wet bathing suit, which is my symbol that they are not in any pain in any way, shape, or form anymore, and that they were for some time because she's done with that suit. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah.
showing me my symbol for the breaking of addiction. And she says there's more than one type of addiction, that there can be many types of addictions. It doesn't even necessarily have to be substance. In this case, I feel like there's a few, I don't know if it's addiction to thought, addiction to negativity, addiction to abuse. And yes, we can be addicted to abuse because if it's all we've known, then that becomes our comfort zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's making me feel like you are big time stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's why all of your relatives are coming forward like crazy in protection. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you just go through a separation or some type of relationship challenge? Because she's showing me this, the hands going together and coming apart. That's my symbol for challenge or struggle in a relationship.
Um, yeah, we broke up, but we're back together.
She put the band-aid over it and she said that some things are better. I'll tell you this. She said to be grateful that it broke apart because it needed to break apart so that we could build something better back. It's like
Yeah.
replacing it. She's healing the cracks with gold. And she's saying it's more valuable now than before it was broken. It being broken gave you the ability to fix it, because she makes me feel like it was broken for some time that we just didn't acknowledge it. Actually, the way she shows it to me, and I love this analogy. Your mom just gave me a new analogy. She showed me a cup, a coffee cup with a crack in it. And have you ever had one that you have in your cupboard? It has a crack in it and you know it's got a crack, but I don't know if you've ever been in this situation, but I was really poor in the past. So you'd have that cup in the cupboard and you know you got to be really careful with it, but you don't got a lot. So you just keep washing it and being careful with it and putting it back and trying not to break it even more, but you know it's cracked. So you have to be so careful. And then one day it just breaks. And when it breaks, you either fix it and it's like all good, you don't have to be so careful anymore, or you just go get a new one and it's all good, you don't have to be so careful anymore. Either way, the breaking of it is like a release of the tension that it was causing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of sense.
She said, please know that she's there, that she's really proud of the healing that you did. And she said, keep putting one foot in front of the other. There's some more addictions that are coming up that we are healing. And I don't know if this is like quitting smoking. I feel like she's trying to retrain your thought. She's talking about that it's about learning how to vibrationally create the world that you want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
she gets really excited about the child. And she's showing me watching over a child, and she's showing me distance or space. So do you have a child that's a distance or a space away from you right now, hon?
Mm, just my brother's kids.
You're missing them really bad?
Yeah.
Because she's putting the white blanket around their shoulders, and she said, then she showed me the reunification. So she said, start vibrationally creating you guys being able to get together. See it in your mind. Don't worry about what the world says. Don't worry about being aware of your restrictions. Take your restrictions out of there and just visualize you guys getting together. Visualize having a plane ticket or whatever you need to be able to physically make that happen. Just visualize it and then watch your mom line it up for you. She wants to show you that she's still here and that she can still help you. We think sometimes that when the dead get to that side that, well, now they can't help me anymore, but that's not true. Their job is to align you with what you are vibrationally creating. So this is her kind of intervention in a sense. She's showing me the kicking in the butt, so to speak, like kicking you in the butt, saying, no, 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 you didn't fail nothing. This needed to break so it could be put back together better than the way it was before. And you need to purposefully think about where you want to go and ask your mom to help so that when that comes into your world, you will feel her presence. You will feel when you say, Mom, I need a new car, and the next day, then there's a new car outside your door. Not specifically exactly how it works, but you know what I mean by that. It just like flows into your world. You will feel her presence and you will know that it was her that brought it to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Please know she loves you very much. And she's like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. She's like, 2 cakes is better than none. Did you get 2 cakes for your birthday?
No.
Showing me 2 cakes. Literally 2. What is this?
I don't know what that would be. I didn't
you
really
have-
celebrate my birthday the way I wanted to.
You need to. You need to, you need to, you need to. She's saying it again, over and over and over and over again. She's saying it. I'm sorry. I got to pause for 1 second. This is the vet clinic, you guys. Sorry. Hello? Yes. Okay, well, I would be able to get there around 2 o'clock. Yep. No problem. Thanks. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you then. Okay, bye-bye. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm sorry. I've never taken a call during a live before, but I've got a kitty in the vet right now. So when they phone you, you have to answer, right?
Mm.
Okay. That's okay. As soon as I quiet my mind, they go, okay, back to what we were saying, and I see 2 birthday cakes again. So 2 birthday cakes is better than 1. That's what they said, right? Before we had that little option. And
Yeah.
then they were saying, celebrate your birthday, celebrate your birthday, celebrate your birthday, because you have to understand that it is your responsibility to change the station. Now, what I mean by that is that our emotions are the frequency that we are emitting. Kind of like when you tune into a radio station, that is a frequency that is being emitted, right? Now, if you want to feel joy, then you have to emit joy. You have to put out that frequency that you want to see coming into your world. And when it's our birthday and when it's significant, important days, and we choose to tell ourselves that we can't celebrate the way we want to, so we're not going to celebrate, and we have all these restrictions, and I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't do this, and I can't do that, then we feel the emotions that come with those thoughts. You following me? And that tunes you into a frequency of lack. And the universe will match that frequency every time. It says, oh, you want lack? Okay, here you go. Lots of lack coming up. And that's not what you want. So your mom is saying that she wants you to feel joy and happiness, and she wants you to celebrate that day, because she said, that's my baby right there, and she didn't get a party. And your mom's like, that's not cool. And your cousin over here is like totally playing with me today. Do you see that when I'm reading your family, not only did they make me jump and scream, freaking me out earlier, they actually interrupted me, which has never been done on a reading before. So the reason why they're showing these little energies is because they just want you to know that and feel their energy, their presence. They can make things happen. They can use the energies around you to align you with synchronicities and coincidences, which coincidence is real. The only thing is, it just doesn't mean fluke, random, or chance. There's no such thing as fluke, random, or chance in this world. Coincidence means cooperative incidences. And it is the language, it is literally the language of spirit communicating. So the fact that your cousin has this really playful, jokester kind of energy to her is why she scared the shit out of me. Excuse my language, and she gets that coming out of my filter, and she gets things happening like the phone ringing and the computer all jumbled up before we even start. And this is her energy. And if you can start to recognize that energy around you, you will not feel their death. You will not feel their absence. You will feel their presence, and you will have the continuation of dialogue, the continuation of their presence in your life every single day moving forward. You understand?
Yeah.
Please know she's safe and at peace on the other side as well. I feel like with her though, this is more of like an overdose or something like that, because she makes me sick. and like belly sick, and I'm highly allergic to substances like alcohol or drugs and things. They make me really nauseous and sick. And that's how she makes me feel. And then she's like, but I'm good on this side. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So they're pulling their energy back. And as they do, they both, I just see them double teaming you again, your mom and your cousin. They're the main energies here. They brought your other people forward to let you know that they were there too. But that their message for you today was to take the wheel back in your hands and vibrationally create where you want to go, and then let them line you up with it.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
said, sorry?
I said it was a good message, and I really understood a lot of the things that you were saying.
Yeah. The last thing your mom says as she pulls her energy back is she said that this is important for you right now, because part of what the dead can hear our thoughts, right? And she's saying that some of these challenges that you've been through recently, you're viewing them as mistakes and failures. And there's no such thing. Every single situation, every single challenge that happened in our life happened to lead us to where we are now and to where we want to go. And if you didn't have those challenges, you wouldn't have been inspired to learn the lessons you needed to learn to get to where you want to go. It's like when you're a mechanic, you have, or if you want to go to law school or doctor school or whatever, medical school, doctor school. Oh my God. Anyway, you are inspired to learn these lessons. They're not always fun, but we have to learn them in order to get to the next level. If you can understand it from that perspective, instead of telling yourself that you failed and you made mistakes, then you will get to where you're going so much faster and so much more joyfully. And if you can raise your vibration out of that tension and anxiety, you will hear your loved ones and feel their presence around you so much stronger than you've felt it in a very long time. She goes, now we're done. I hope that was helpful, sweetie.
Yeah, it was very helpful. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I'm going to go to our new member because I have never read for her before. And that's exciting for me. I'll be honest with you. So I can't really see. Dina, is that your name? That's a cool name. Can you hear me? Dina, can you hear me? Hello? Dina, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I can't hear you. I want to go to you, but I can see that you're not muted, but I can't hear you. So if that's not working for you, if the audio didn't connect, then you can sometimes log out and then come back in. And yes, who is 127? Because you need to be a member to be in here. So we just got to take a quick pause here, you guys. 127, who are you? Otherwise, I got to boot you. Okay, nobody's answering, Cam. So, oh, here we go. Who's 127? Oh, I should know this. Goodness sake, never mind. I know this, Tammy. Can I just say, it won't let me unmute. That's okay. We're good. I know who 127 is. And just, I can't even. That was confusing and a lot of energy all at the same time, but let me just try this again. Zena, can you hear me? I can't hear you again. Okay, so you're gonna have to disconnect and come back in. And in the meantime, I'm gonna read 127 and I'm gonna call you Mary. Can I call you Mary 127? You got to take it off speaker though, or you're gonna have to say something. You got to unmute yourself. I know what
She
you got.
said she can't unmute.
She can't unmute.
It won't let her unmute.
Do you want to
So
see when we have this much spiritual interference? And it's not just spiritual
she
interference.
says Mary is good. She's
Mary.
typing in the chat.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to type fast, hon. Ha! So here's the thing. I want you guys to see this because this is what I go through. It's not just spiritual interference. This is also the powers that be that come in and have control over all of my social media, all of my technology, they take over and things like this happen, and it's annoyingly frustrating. Okay, Mary, let's do this. So, you know what's interesting? So both feet flat on the floor. Let's do this connecting exercise, and then we'll jump right in. But I want you to know that it's your grandmother that's coming through today. She doesn't always come through, but interestingly enough, that's who's coming through. So both feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe. Slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and flow it directly towards me, and give me a minute to focus. So I brought my cards here, Mary, hoping that you were going to show up today, because I have a feeling I know the answer. You asked me a question yesterday and I said, come to our members thing, and we'll see what Spirit has to say there. And I think I know the answer, but I want to just say this. You've been in an incredible, difficult, tricky situation lately. There have been wolves sniffing at your door every single day. And you've been praying for protection, and you're surrounded by protection. So you asked me a question about somebody God sent your way yesterday, and this person actually holds a badge. So what's interesting to me is that if you're asking for protection and somebody sends you romantically, God sends you and your loved ones send you somebody with a freaking badge. You know, I mean, come on now. You're asking for romance and protection and you get a little bit of both. Like, do you see the humor here? I see the humor in that. So I had to put my glass back on so I can read the answers, but that's okay. We're going to ask the cards and see what they say here. But I see the humor. Again, you hear me talking about synchronicities and stuff. So, yes, joy, joy, joy. That's what I'm hearing. And if it is right, if this is a good relationship in your world, then that's what it'll feel like, is joy, 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 joy. So, cards, show me a horseshoe spread, a quick horseshoe spread for Mary. Show me a quick horseshoe spread. Whoa, for Mary here. Quick horseshoe spread. Interesting. Here we go. I'm laughing already, Mary. Okay, in the past category, we have the indecision. Shut up right now. No way. Okay, well, that makes sense why I have to call you Mary. And if you guys can't read that, you're laughing so hard. Yeah. So she's typing the answers, right? She just said, so I'm calling her Mary because some people want privacy, right? So they don't want all their friends and family watching this and knowing what's going on. So I'm calling her Mary, and turns out, and I said, I'm talking to your grandmother, who doesn't always come through when I read this person. And I never knew what her name is. It's Mary or Marie. That's pretty darn close. That's incredible. I told you it was her. So, and here's the thing, because she said that you guys have similar taste. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, here we go. So in the past category, we have the two of swords. I'm all like jumbled up now. That's so cool. The two of swords is the card of indecision, feeling like, I don't know what direction to go, feeling blindfolded. You see how this girl has a blindfold on, just not sure which direction to go. In the present, you have the Queen of Cups. You're focusing on you, mastering your emotions, being emotionally mature. What's the word I'm looking for? Emotionally stable. That's what this card would tell me, is that you're working on being emotionally stable with yourself and emotional integrity. That's the word that I get a lot with this Queen of Cups, is she's very emotionally and has a lot of emotional integrity. So that means that I respect my boundaries. Do you know what I mean? I'm respecting my own boundaries. So what you desire, this is so funny, this is so cute. You desire the temperance, which is things flowing from the unknown into the, things flowing from the unknown and the unseen into the known and the seen. This is tempering situations to work in your favor. And this is coming up in what you desire, obviously. You desire to know who your soulmate's going to be. You're desiring the future. You desire to be psychic more than anyone I know. And I'm telling you, today's an example of how not fun that can be sometimes. Just saying, be careful what you ask for. What you expect. Oh my God, girl, you just made my heart jump for joy. This shows me that my work is paying off because I tell you guys to hope for the best always, right? Your expectations are that your wishes are coming true and that you're living in a world of abundance. The Nine of Cups is the card of abundance. He's got all these cups. It's a card of wish fulfillment. So you're expecting that no matter what, yep, my wishes are coming true. It's going to temper in for me. Everything's going to take control. It's no big deal. Oh my God, Mary, I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Unexpected. Yes, that was your intuition about the situation. Unexpected unknown factors is this Page of Cups. Now, what I love about the page, sweetheart, is that this gentleman is not rushing in going, oh, let's get married tomorrow. This is a sweet, this is a romantic baby step kind of gesture, right? This is a let's play it easy. This is a responsible. This is something, you're not going in and planting a seed and expecting it to be like huge tomorrow. This is something that you're willing to put some effort into, some maturity, some tending the garden. This is a good energy to begin in. This is a very good energy to begin in. Oh. Holy shit, I just got shivers. Oh my gosh, sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Well, I'm glad we did this. Like goosebumps everywhere, sweetie. Near future, you got the Emperor. Now, I pulled cards. It was the same thing pretty much as what you're saying. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry too. This is the power of belief, sweetie. This is the power of belief. So near future, the Emperor is a card of authority figures. That is authority figures. It's a card of men. It's a card of the father figure, the partner, the emperor, the boss, that kind of, but definitely authority figures. And that father figure, he represents that man in your world. Oh, sweetheart, this is the best. The distant future, the outcome of this is the star card. Wish fulfillment. This is what you've been waiting for. This is absolutely what you've been waiting for. You just got to let go of the sorrow, sweetie. So on the bottom of the deck, you got the sorrow card, the Five of Cups, which tells me that you still have a little bit of, and we both know this, you still have a little bit of that grief that you're holding on to from the past, right? And that explains why you have this baby cup coming in, because it looks like you're going to take those baby steps in a new direction until you're comfortable, until you can let go of that sorrow. Oh, sweetie, I got goosebumps up and down my whole body. I don't think I've had goosebumps that hard in a while. I'm going to have to go shave my legs again because the hair grew back. That was so cool. Enjoy baby steps, and make sure you call me and tell me all about the juicy details later. I'm so happy, honey. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to let them pull back, though, because I don't want to ruin that. We're not going to ruin that. We're going to leave it at that. Just enjoy it. Be responsible emotionally, or emotional integrity. You have built up so much emotional integrity, and I'm so proud of you. And that is why this is coming in. And you've got to love the humor. I know everybody else that's watching right now maybe can't appreciate it as much because they don't know your backstory. But let me just say, you've been through a lot of trauma. So you're praying for protection and love, and you get one in the same. You get them both in one. That is so cool. Love it. Okay. I'm gonna let them pull back from there. Zena, did you fix your microphone yet? Is your microphone fixed? Let's try this again. I don't know if you went out and came back in, but if you can unmute it for me, and we will try again. And if this doesn't work for you, honey, if you're sitting there trying to panic and try to figure out why it's not working for you, then I just want you to remember that Spirit knows what they're doing. So if it is not connecting today, then that means that it's supposed to connect on Saturday or on Tuesday or whenever it is. Do not panic. I'm here every single weekend or every single week. Hi, Ambi. I know you're there too. But Zena's a new member and I've never read for her at all before. So I'm trying to get to her, but it's just not working. So I don't know. She hasn't even typed, so I'm not sure what to do. Zena is my niece. Oh, okay. Well, that explains why you're typing to me when I'm talking to her. But I'm not sure what's going on with her. It's not unmuting. Isn't that weird? You know what, guys? Zoom is testing me today.
I've asked her to unmute twice now as host and it's not.
Yeah, she said, Zena said she's trying. Gee, maybe do me and then they will. And Ambi, is yours not unmuting either?
Mine's unmuting.
Oh, that's weird. Isn't that weird?
That's Amanda, not Ambi.
Oh,
Oh, there's Ambi.
Hi.
hi, Ambi.
Hello.
So you're unmuting. That's so
Yes.
Is Zena
Yeah.
with you right now?
No, she's not. I was hoping she would get through.
Weird. I can try to read her like I did the person before. The only problem is that the person before I had a little bit of the backstory, so I knew what
Yeah.
she needed to know, so it was easy for me to go get the answer. For Zena,
Yeah.
I've never read for her before, so I'm going to need some feedback here, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if she doesn't have a stable connection today, if maybe we should try this on Saturday instead.
Yeah.
Because I just don't
I'm
want
not
her to
sure.
miss that message, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping she would get on here soon. I'm rooting for her to get some messages.
Yeah, see, and trying to connect to somebody's energy I've never read for before through
Mhm.
something like this is like trying to smell somebody through a computer. Do you know what I mean? If I've been around you before and I've smelled you before, then yes, I can kind of pick up on the smell even with it just in my own head. That's just the closest way I can describe trying to connect to this energy. But I can give it a shot here because there is a father figure around her that I can pick up very strongly. Slow this down, but it's interesting. The father figure feels like it's trying to bring forward the mother figure, if that makes sense. And then my head hurts. And I don't, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait, honey, because I don't know how to interpret any of this stuff. So I'm going to read somebody else. I'm sorry, Ambi, I'm gonna read for you. Maybe some of these messages will come through you. At least you can validate for them, some of them, and then we'll try you again on Saturday, Zena. Okay, let's do this, Ambi. Ready? All right, close your eyes.
Okay.
And I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me. And give me a minute to focus. Okay, that definitely helps. They're coming through you for sure. Oh, I'm having trouble breathing. Hold on a sec. Somebody's cutting off my breath. They're trying so hard. I just got to get them to back up a bit. The mother figure that's above her who's cutting off my breath could not breathe so well before she passed. Breathing okay now. Yeah. Has the person with her that passed suddenly, unexpectedly, or traumatically before we think of as their time. Do you understand that? The younger person, that's your son. I know who that is. So the younger person that passed suddenly, unexpectedly, traumatically before we think of as their time, that's your son, Ambi. But who is the
Okay.
mother figure that he's trying to pull through that is above your cousin here, Zena? Oh, is your mute is off. Can you say something for me? It's still not.
No, that was probably me. You heard.
No, I know I could hear you, but
Oh, okay.
her mute sign is off. I still can't hear her.
Okay.
Do you understand who the mother figure is that's coming through above, though? With the breathing issue?
Mom?
You don't understand who that is, or are you frozen too?
Are you speaking to me or Zena?
Yes, I'm speaking to you.
Okay, no, I don't. Me and Zena, she's my niece, but she was raised in another reserve. And so she was raised with her family. We just know a few people between each other. I'm not really sure. It could be her grandma or her grandpa.
Well, there's the two. Remember I said I have the father figure coming forward trying to bring through the mother figure? So
Okay.
they're probably
Yeah.
both here. And this is exactly why I need to be able to
Yeah.
connect to her
Yeah.
energy. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Zena, could you chat? Could you go through the chat messenger and respond?
Yeah. See, I'm squabashing it. Hold on a second. She's like, I think she said that's for me, but then Tammy wrote, can you unmute? Sounds like my grandparents. Yeah. Okay, Zena, you're gonna have to try to come in again tomorrow or on Saturday because it's just frustrating. It's frustrating for me. I'm sure it's frustrating for people watching. So I want you to have a clear message, but you've got to be able to speak to me if I've never read for you before. That's a have to. Okay. So I'm going to. That's okay. It's probably not your it's probably not your fault. So like I said, spiritual interference and technological interference, but that's okay. There's always a reason for what they're doing. So Saturday, there's probably something they want you to develop so that they can give you the message on Saturday. So Amber, your son is like, that's okay. I can say hello to my mom while I'm here. Mwah! He's like, just so you know, he's going with you. And then he's showing me a picnic. Did you just go on a picnic recently?
No, not recently.
Then why is he giving you a picnic basket? Are you going on one? Are you guys talking about
Uh,
one? Like, what is
I,
it?
I, I want to get out of town. I haven't got out of town yet, really. I haven't really gone out and really did anything before winter, I guess.
And you've been wondering what to do?
Yeah, I've been mostly homebound and just wanting to get out, I guess.
So your son is packing, like I'm seeing Yogi Bear, like, you know, the picnic basket. He's like
Mhm.
filling it. He's like, take the kids, go on a big picnic and have the best day. Like I'm seeing
Okay.
water and hikes or something, like being in nature and just having the most incredible day.
Okay.
So he's pulling his energy back.
Oh, my son, uh, 2 days ago, he said, when are you going to talk to Tracy? I want to ask, what does Shute do for fun?
What does he do for fun? He hangs out with you guys. That's why he's telling you to go on a picnic.
Okay.
Because
All
you
right,
guys are
I'll tell him
boring,
that.
he said.
Yeah, we are.
And that's what
We have been, and that's not usual for us too. We're usually always busy, so it's the most like different summer that I've ever had.
Well, this is one of
Yeah.
the things that I love about Spirit is that I don't know why they're saying the things like, why is he giving you a picnic basket and telling you to go on a picnic? And then when you ask me that question, it's like, well, duh, that's why. Because he knew that your son asked that question and he knew he was answering your question. He just didn't explain it to me first. That's what I tell
Yeah.
people all the time. They're not going to explain it to me. I don't know why they're saying what they're saying, but he knows. So when you take your kids out on that hike or on that picnic, you tell them to watch for the synchronicities and the cooperative incidences from their brother because he will let them know that he's with you. They're going to see a deer or you're going to see birds eating out of your hand or something. Bring some bird seed because you're going to see synchronicities like that happen. That will be your son's energy showing you that he's with you at that moment, at that time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to let him pull his energy back though. Have an amazing
Okay.
picnic.
Okay, we will.
I kept it short because I know I read you recently. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
have a good one.
Okay. Have a good day.
Okay, so Melva, your people, I'm gonna make it quick because we are running out of time. All of these spiritual interferences, and as you heard, I gotta go pick up a cat. But there's somebody tapping me on the shoulder as I'm doing this, going, "You can't leave until you talk to her. You can't leave until you talk to her. She just needs validation." And this lady, I don't know if it's your mom or your older sister or who is this, but this is the lady above you that's not really validating because she said we've talked before. You know who this is. She wanted me to bring my cards because she said that you had a question and that you needed the validation. So it was actually you that I saw, your face. I didn't even know you were going to be here, but I saw your face. And then how did I not know who Mel was? That's so funny. Anyway, when
there's my daughter right there.
oh, look at
That's
that.
Zena.
I got it. I had to log out and log back in.
Yay, it's a family reunion.
Hi, Ambi.
That's awesome. Okay,
Hi.
but you guys, unfortunately, we're a little too late now because I started to read Melva now. We're almost at a time, and I'm glad we got it figured out. But that means that when you come back in on Saturday, now you know exactly how to do, and you'll be my first one I read. Okay?
Okay, then.
Awesome. Okay, Melva. So as I was saying, there's some kind of question or some kind of clarity that you've been
Yes.
asking for because they're screaming it at me. Before you go, you have to do that.
Okay, it's the career path. Like I'm like stuck. Should I work or should I just get into work for myself? I prefer to work.
Interesting.
For
So
myself.
did you hear, I'm going to stop you for a second because I already feel the answer. At the beginning of this, you were here at the very beginning, right? And you heard my speech in the beginning about we are all being faced with that choice about disconnecting from the fear and connecting to the love. And sometimes that literally looks like letting go of our old job and embracing a job where we work for ourselves. So we make the rules about what we put in our body or what we don't, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you asked me this question on the same day that God's telling me to talk about all of that kind of stuff. Right. So I don't even have to pull a card to know the answer. If you're wondering about this, that means that he's trying to bring you the clarity to see the new path forward. What you described to me was an old path that became crunchy, if you will, if you understand what I mean by that. Tense or not as easy to stay on that old path. It feels stuck. It feels like a more tension, a more crunchy kind of vibration. Do you understand what I mean by that? And then income. So once that crunchy vibration is acknowledged, then we have this new idea that comes in. But the new idea requires faith, requires trust, requires connection to the fifth dimension. That is how you know it's coming from God. That is how you know that it's the right answer, because you need all of the higher vibrational energies to make it work. Love, faith, and peace. So that's God. So I'll pull the cards on it, but to me, what I heard you just describe was God showing you that's your net, sweetie. As you disconnect from the old and you make that leap of faith into the new, you start to see that net develop underneath of you. And you didn't see it before you take that leap of faith. You won't see all of the answers line up. Like sometimes when we're making that choice, in this example alone, do I leave my old job and jump into the new in my new job? Well, when you have to make that decision, you won't see the success when you make that jump. You'll just see a huge drop off and a potential like boom, a potential drop, right? But you still are going to make that leap of faith anyway. And once you get into the air, that's when you see the net. That's when you see it carry you to where you're going to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's just ask the cards. Let's see. Show me Melva's career here. Where she's spread. Melva's career. Do you have a brother over there too, Melva?
Yes, I have two brothers.
Because they just said, what about the brother? What about the brother? You're just going to ignore us? What about the brother? What about the brother? So they want you to know that they're helping with this, that whatever this new career is, it involves helping people in a way. It's like one of those things that your cup fills up so much that it overflows onto everyone around you. Do you know what I mean? They're very invested in this. So hold on.
Okay.
Horseshoe spread. There you go. The past, you got things were moving very quickly, very interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna do the whole thing here before I read it. I want to see what they all are before I. Oh yeah. Okay. So whatever this was that you were doing in the past, it felt like this was a victory to you in the past. This was moving forward. This was a victory. I can feel that this felt like success in the past. But there's something about it that you want to put some new action forward to. You want to make things different. You want to do it differently, I think, because you've got the Page of Wands in your present. So it's like whatever you were doing, it's like, how do I explain that? I don't see you disconnecting from what you were doing. I feel like you're doing it in a different way. Kind of like if you were working for a daycare and then you decide to be a day home. You know what I mean? And take kids in myself and work for myself instead of working for someone else. It's like that kind of energy here because in your
okay.
you have the taking action, taking new action towards a new direction. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it feels like it's in the same path of what you were doing because under what you desire, you have the what did I say before we even started? Remember I said it's like whatever you're doing, your cup runneth over and spills out onto everybody. Well, here's your cup. You see what I'm saying? You can't make this up. Somebody typed something and I can't read it. Oh, not to me. Okay, so this is the cup that's running over, right? This isn't what you desire. You just desire to be so full of love that you can help everyone. And again, then this is your expectations. Your expectations are that you will be able to network and be able to help other people. You enjoy work. I'll tell you that. You enjoy feeling useful. This is a card of feeling useful, feeling like I have a purpose, feeling like I'm doing something, you know? That is what fills your cup. Unexpected unknown factors. I love this. You have the Empress card in the unexpected unknown factors. Now, the Empress stands for materialization. She stands for gestation, nurturing, motherhood, manifestation. That's the word I'm looking for. Lots and lots of manifestations, but in a very nurturing kind of energy. Now, this is coming forward in unexpected unknown factors category because I think what it's trying to say to you, just give me a second to formulate the words in my head here, is that I think you were not expecting that you would be in this position right now to nurture this new direction going forward. It's almost like this comes as a shock, like, oh, I can do this for myself? Wait a minute, could I actually manifest that? Could this actually work? Could I do that? Like, that's a bit of a unexpected direction moving forward. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And I think that's because you loved what you did in the past and it was working for you. That's why this is like, wait a minute, it's coming as a shock. Huh. And so near future is computer research. So the Page of Swords is a card of thought. It's a card of taking some action, but more in the realm of thought. It's vibrational preparation, right? This is vibrational creation. This is the beginning of vibrational creation. So this coming into the near future shows that what I hear from this card is remember that your life is YouTube. It's like YouTube. So whatever you want to see here, you have to program here. So when you're doing your research on how do I get this going, how do I make it successful, how do I start this business, ask the question and they will line you up with the answers. That's what that's saying. But the trick is to ask the right question and not to get frustrated. Oftentimes we get frustrated and we go, this will never work and I can't do this and I can't do that, instead of going, how will it work? How can I make this work? How can I get what I need to do this? How can I take it's not possible out of your realm and learn to incorporate how can I instead?
Okay.
Here's the last part. This is the distant future. Now this card looks ominous, right? It looks like he's carrying all these heavy burdens, right? But this is actually a very good sign because the 10 of Wands is a card of burden. It is that card that tells you that you're at the end of this chapter. So this man's been carrying these wands for a long time, all the way to the end of the mile, but he's at the end of the mile now. That means he's about to put those wands down and begin a brand new chapter, a brand new adventure. So that tells me, you can't make this up. That tells me that all of this vibrational preparation and vibrational creation that you're doing right now yes, it's still going to feel a little bit heavy coming up here, right? It's still going to feel like, oh, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. But you know what? The underlining energy, you've got the Lovers card. Now, the Lovers doesn't always indicate a relationship. And in this case, I don't think it is a love relationship. I think this is you. This is a partnership. This is a contract. This is reconnecting and having that contract and that overwhelming love for my world, for what I'm doing. This is you reconnecting to this new career that you're going to be doing, that is working for yourself. You're going to love that so much that you can't even imagine it. And you're going to put down all of those wands you've been carrying for some time.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Get excited, because just so you know, it feels like it's coming quicker than you expect, because as you do that vibrational creation, as you start asking the right questions and you take the I can't out of your vocabulary and you start filling it with I can and how can I and where can I and when can I and stuff like that, they just boom, 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 boom. It starts piling in.
Okay. Yay. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
All right, I'm gonna let them pull their energy back, but I hope that that was helpful.
Very helpful. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I hope your cat is okay.
Yeah, it's my mom's cat actually, and he's
Oh, okay.
spraying all over her house, so I paid for him to get his like things snip snip. So
Okay.
he'll be fine. Less stinky.
All right.
All right, take care, you guys. Zena, you're the first person up on Saturday, so I will see you guys all again on Saturday. Have a great, great rest of your week. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.